Hello and welcome to my second tutorial on RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, brought to you by RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 Coast. Today what I'm going to do is do a tutorial on how to build a roller coaster. So to do this we need to go to Rides, Roller Coasters, and here you've got a large selection of roller coasters. Now, say you only wanted to see wooden and suspended, I could deselect steel and water to see those. Or if you just wanted to see steel, deselect all the others and leave steel on, and you can see the steel ones. So I'm just going to use for this tutorial corkscrew coaster. So you need to click on the picture, you'll see a brief description. So click on that, find where you want it to go. This is your station piece where people will get on and off, you see, so I'm going to click there. Now we need more than one station piece so we can fit the train on. And station pieces are very important because they're where people will get on and off your ride. So I'm going to put 4 more in. Now if you've noticed, I can click all these different pieces and it's not actually placing them, it's just giving me previews of the piece I'm about to place. So I'm going to do a lift hill. Lift hills are very important. They get the ride from the bottom of the ride to the top of the ride to give the ride elevation to complete the circuit. So I'm going to go toggle lift chain. Now that's very important because otherwise that won't bring the car up the hill, because the roller coaster cars do not have motors. They work by gravity, with the exception of powered coasters such as the Mine Ride on RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. So what we're going to want to do now is go to up and click. I can continue clicking. That should be high enough. Now you can flatten it off at the top. Unselect the chain. Then we can go into a nice drop. So as you can see, I'm using these various pieces here to create a drop. There's the drop. Now you can also use a photo section. Now photo sections are fantastic because when you click on a photo section, you can see there's 2 cameras. The cameras take photos of people when they're on the ride, similar to in real theme parks. However, to see a photo you must have a family group in your park. Family groups can be created from the main home screen, but I'll do a separate tutorial on that later. But that's an interesting feature. Now what you can do now is actually create a loop. Now we couldn't create a loop if the drop wasn't high enough, otherwise it wouldn't make it. So there should be enough gravity to get it through the loop, so I'm going to place the loop. And special pieces such as the loop can all be seen on this right hand side pane that you can scroll up and down. Now I need to turn the coaster, so I'm going to flatten it off, but I can't. If I did that, that will pull way too many forces on the riders and no one would want to ride it. So what we're going to have to do is turn. So to do this, we need to use banking. Now banking changes the roll, if you like, of the way the train will lean when it's going around a corner. This reduces forces on the riders, therefore making the intensity rating lower. So I'm going to click that. Now I can turn. Level the banking off. And then we could connect the entire thing now, but the easiest way to do this is just to go to autocomplete, and if I click that, that will automatically connect the station to the end. Now this isn't obviously a very exciting roller coaster, but it's just to give you the basics of how to build one. All these here you can experiment with yourself, like corkscrews, S-bends, helixes, you name it. But for now we're just going to place this autocomplete section. So press autocomplete. Now it's automatically been connected back to the station for us. So I can put in the entrance and the exit. Now The one thing I don't like about autocomplete is it doesn't put in brakes. Now brakes to me seem more than necessary to slow your roller coaster down to limit forces near the end of the ride. So if we go back to construction, clicking on this construction here, we can then edit the track. So if I just press demolish current item, I can then remove the track. If I wanted to remove from this end, I'll click there, and so on. So what I want to do now is put in some brake sections. So if we go to brakes, slow it down to 13 miles an hour, should do, maybe 15. Place 3 in. The more you place, the more powerful it will be. Block brakes are special, however. If I put in a block brake, for instance, I could have 2 trains running at once. One would wait on the block brake while the other was in the station or on the ride. So I'm just going to finish with the brakes and close the construction panel. Put the ride on test. Now you can see it going around the track. But we can give our ride colour by going to vehicles, change the colour of the track. We can change the colour of the cars. Something like that. Choose some decent colours. Yeah, I don't trust my sense of style. Now let's see if these brakes work now. There you go. Limit the forces substantially. So now, what we can do is we can open the ride, but no one will get to it. So to do this, we want to close the ride panel and build queues and exit paths. So we can go to paths, queue path, generic. We can then build queue path out here. That should be long enough. And if we go to regular path and choose your path type, you can then connect the queue path and the exit to the regular normal path that's already in your park. So now if I just forward time, people will then start queuing, get on the ride, and off they go. Now if you want to ride the ride, you can either double click on the picture, or you can go to details and click on enter coaster cam. Now while I'm on the details pane, you can also rename the ride here by clicking and typing, and give the ride music. You can click this button here to save the ride, this button here to select the scenery I want to save the ride with. Before you save the ride,